Hello, my star-seeking friends. This is Terry with your Leo full moon report, and this one is going to be a wild ride. Just, buckle up because this might be a long one. There's a lot going on with this full snow moon happening just after Valentine's Day on February 16th, 2022. And holy smokes, we got a lot going on with the quincunx with Pluto and that Mars-Venus conjunction that is going to last a full 2 months. And so I'm going to talk you through all of it as we go along. This is, of course, the snow moon, and I'm here in Bend, Oregon, Central Oregon, where we should be covered in snow right now. But you can see it is a beautiful blue skies day, and it's about 63 degrees out here today on the Deschutes River. We're at a part where they sort of dam up the river for boating and things, and I don't love dammed up rivers. It really reminds me of that Saturn-Uranus square that we had all last year. Saturn being, man over nature, and Uranus being the river that wants to run wild. And I think we're also in rattlesnake country here. I'm sitting on a rock and just hoping a rattlesnake doesn't come up while I'm in the middle of this report. This warm spring, it's not quite spring, but these warm days just remind me of when the rattlesnakes come out. So we'll see. Wish me luck. Anyways, this full moon happening in the heart of the lion, Leo, rules over the heart chakra. It's so beautiful that it does come so close to Valentine's Day because, of course, Leo is all about the heart, the aorta, the blood circulation, and this full moon is the culmination of any desires that you may have set into motion on August 9th, 2021. Remember, last August 9th, we had just had that 8/8 Lion's Gate, and I was at the Lava Buttes talking about Sekhmet and the Lion's Gate, and that was a time to set your new moon intentions for whatever your heart desired. And whatever you set into motion on August 9th of 2021 will be coming into its full culmination, and it will be bearing fruit now, or it won't. And remember, full moons are about letting go and completing a cycle. So maybe you got what you wanted with that manifesting with the moon, where you set your intention on the new moon and you wait until that moon comes into a full moon to see if it's going to manifest. And if it didn't manifest, maybe it's just not for your highest healing good. And maybe this full moon in Leo is a time to let that go. And just maybe it's not meant to be, or maybe it's time to see if that is something you really want anymore. And I have been doing a ton of astrology charts. It seems like everybody wants to know what 2022 holds for them. And I see so many people who've gone through a powerful growth cycle and a lot of Saturn transits that were happening 2021 going into 2022. A lot of hard lessons that so many of us are dealing with. And myself, I have Saturn square Jupiter right now, which is a really tough Saturn transit myself, and I'm just waiting down the days until I think it's February 15th, right before this full moon, when my Saturn-Jupiter transit is over. So even if you have these hard times, sometimes I think maybe astrology isn't good for me because I get so superstitious and there's so many of these negative transits, and then I'm focusing on this negative thing that's happening. But it's gonna happen in astrology whether you know it's happening or not. And the joy of watching your astrology chart or having an astrology reading is that you you can know that this is just a transit and things are going to get better. This is just a hurdle. I'm in this Saturn-Jupiter hurdle right now and having to do some soul searching around that. But once that transit is complete, you know it's like the light shining at the end of the tunnel. You know you're going to get through it. You know things are going to be better and something even greater is right around the corner. So I really recommend getting an astrology chart. And if you like and subscribe, you will be entered to win a free full moon astrology. I'm giving away every full moon. I'm going to give away an astrology chart to one lucky subscriber. And I know you guys are starting to trickle over because I moved my astrology from the Bend Health Guide over to my own channel here at Kamimi Healing Arts. I really just want the Bend Health Guide to be about our healing community and about the people that we feature in the Bend Health Guide, and to have my own astrology within my own Kamimi Healing Arts. That's why I switched over. But as you guys are finding your way here, some people have been winning these astrology charts and the odds are in your favor. I think I only have like 33 subscribers right now. So make sure you like and subscribe for a chance to win. And you just might want to get out your notebook and take notes because we have a lot of transits and a lot of aspects with this full moon. I don't know how I'm going to make this under 3 hours, but here we go. So the first major aspect affecting this full moon, Leo, is that the moon will be at 27 degrees of Leo, exactly quincunx that Pluto in Capricorn at 27 degrees. And how many full moons have we had in 27 degrees, which is really close to that critical point where a sign has the most energy? And we see these big shifts and even huge collective shifts in consciousness. We're really going through some transformations globally, collectively, and individually. And it all seems to be taking place in our subconscious right now with Pluto. And maybe you're having some crazy dreams. I know I've been having crazy dreams about the ocean and whales and jellyfish. And I've been talking to lots of my massage clients and astrology clients, and they're having crazy otherworldly dreams as well. So if you're having crazy dreams, I want to hear about your dream in the comments, because it seems to be collectively as if we are getting these downloads from higher places and we're getting ready to make this incredible shift of consciousness, which is all about this Pluto and the moon quincunx at exactly 27 degrees. And Pluto, of course, can bring up a lot of fear and just the unknown. There's unknown changes occurring. And we are feeling this in our world right now with so much going on politically and personally. And we've all been through the ringer, and it's a lot of Pluto stuff. And this can really cause anxiety for so many people. And Pluto in Capricorn is like Pluto in that mountain goat climbing and clinging to the ledge of the mountain, and it's going opposite the heart of the lion. And there could be some relationship insecurities with this. Of course, Pluto brings about some paranoia or even conspiracy theories, and the lion's heart is asking you to check in with your heart for answers, because the heart knows. And so maybe not the mind so much. The mind can play tricks on you, but if you're in doubt about your relationships, if you're in doubt about your place in the world, if you're having anxiety, remember to go back to that heart. Do that heart mind coherence, that heart math meditation. I'll probably put a link to an excellent heart math meditation we have in the Bend Health Guide page. But I really want to look at both the Leo 27 degrees Sabian symbol and the Capricorn 27 degrees Sabian symbol. Again, this is at Dane Rujar. These Sabian symbols were intuited by a psychic long time ago, but they still hold true today. And we can really gain some insights about what is it about this 27 degrees where Pluto and the moon are meeting to give us a message. And let's see, I'm just going to read this for a moment. The luminescence of the dawn in the eastern sky is exalting challenges of new opportunities at the threshold of a brand new cycle. And we just had that lunar New Year's, and we're just entering into this whole new growth cycle. And the Sabian symbol continues on, while the rainbow marks the end of a crisis. Early dawn indicates the real beginnings of a new period of activity. And in the biblical symbolism, Noah plants his vineyard, and he begins to teach the secret doctrine, which he inherited from the sons of God, who had not been sucked down into the whirlwinds of materiality. And after Noah has this peak experience in which he touches the divine, potentialities will come into the struggle with everyday problems. That just sounds so Saturn. I'm going to read that again. The struggle with everyday problems. That is completely these Saturn transits that I'm seeing in people's charts. But at first, the state of inner exaltation remains within us. We are aglow with the promise of something new that is dawning, the dawning of the new morning, another chance to try again. And the crisis and the blessings it has brought us are relatively unusual events. Every day has its dawn, and we should meet it with a pure heart, the heart of the lion, and a clear mind, that mind-heart coherence. And the Alpha, dawn, and Omega, a peak experience, are opposites, yet the same in one. And the key word for this 27 degrees of Leo is illumination. So it's as if this full moon is lighting up our path on a whole new cycle, and it's so mystical. When you get into these higher degrees, like I said, when you get close to the critical degrees, it gets real spiritual with the Sabian symbol. And this is going to be quincunx exact, that 27 degrees of Capricorn in Pluto. So let's read the Sabian symbol for that. And the Sabian symbol for Pluto is pilgrims climbing the steep steps leading to a mountain shrine. And the ascent of the individualized consciousness to the highest realizations reached by spiritual leaders of its culture. And we will hear a great deal now about peak experiences, which I found this so interesting in the Sabian symbol. The Sabian symbol for 27 degrees of Leo talked about peak experiences, just as the 27 degrees of Capricorn talks about a peak experience. Maybe we are all going to be collectively experiencing a peak experience. I have no idea what's coming. We'll all have to wait till the full moon to find out, but something major seems to be occurring with this full moon. And this symbol tells us that it depends to a great extent upon following a path that many have followed before. And under the inspiration of great teachers and sages, the shrine was built by the unceasing dedication of perhaps generations of men. And the pilgrimage is hallowed by the devotion of many, even though each person finds on their own mountaintop what to them seems like a unique and transcendental revelation. So here we witness a rise of the human collective consciousness, and it's a man's supreme task to rise like the fire, impelled by a collective vision shared with their companions. The key word for this Sabian symbol is uprising. Wow. Now, those are not your ordinary Sabian symbols. This full moon is going to be ushering in something so spiritual, something so powerful, and some kind of peak experience. And I really think it's going to illuminate our collective consciousness. And maybe it's all going to happen in the dream world, which of course is ruled by Pluto. So even if nothing is externally happening, I think so many of us are having these subconscious dream-like downloads, energetic downloads of higher vibrations. And that 27 degrees of Pluto is also where we will have America's first ever Pluto return, which may illuminate some hidden truths about our country. And whew, this is a big deal. What will come of this intense Pluto return that's happening on February 22nd? 2022. That's a powerful 2222222. I don't know if I did enough twos, but that is the day that Pluto is in an exact return to where it was in 1776 when America was founded. You look at a country, you look at a state, a birth chart for America, it would be when our country was founded, and it was 1776. And Pluto was in the second house of wealth and possessions. And Pluto, 248 years later, is going to return to the place it was when America was born. And most of us will never experience a Pluto return in our lifetime, which is probably good news. Unless you're really old like Yoda or something, you're not going to have a Pluto return for yourself, but our country is having it on February 22nd. And it is going to be the most intense transit. But it's not like it's just going to affect us on that one day. Just like when we had that Pluto-Saturn conjunction at the beginning of 2020, which ushered in all of what we've been going through since COVID began. This Pluto return will be similar, but it is going to rock our financial institutions. And I don't know what that means, and I don't know what we do about that. Do we take all our money out of the bank and put it under our mattress? I don't know. There's a lot of fear, Pluto. It's a Pluto return. Of course there's fear. But we're having a lot of inflation. And the stock markets are very volatile. We're already soaking in the energy of this Pluto return, and things are shaky. And it's only going to get more intense as we get closer to February 22nd. And no astrologer can predict what is going to happen. But this Pluto return can also be the end of a karmic cycle. And as Pluto rules Scorpio, of course it rules over secrets, sex, the underworld, and that whole death transformation, which is going to tie in so well with the North Nodes again. Remember, we have North Node in Scorpio, South Node, Dragon's Tail in Scorpio, which is the death transformation, along with the North Node in Taurus, which is all about rebirth. And so hopefully our financial system will be reborn better than ever with that Taurus North Node bringing us that rebirth cycle. But Pluto return can also be about the end of an empire. And what an empire America is right now, out there fighting all the world's problems and all that stuff with Ukraine. And anyways, this Pluto return is really, really deep, and it can also bring up some ancient secrets coming to light about America and where we were when we were founded, and things that have never been uncovered can come to the surface now with this Pluto energy. And I was thinking about our founding fathers, George Washington and Benjamin Franklin, and how they were originally members of the Freemasons. And that's a whole Google rabbit hole for you. I can't go into everything about the Freemasons. I think that PBS just did a special about the Freemasons, and I really want to watch it now because I was thinking about this. I was getting this little download when I was meditating about what is this Pluto return going to bring up. And the power of the Freemasons just fascinates me. I knew some Freemasons in high school, and the Freemasons funded all of the construction of America's most powerful monuments. Like the Washington Monument is built to be an obelisk. I hope I'm saying that right, but it's the Egyptian symbol, which is a powerful Egyptian symbol for rebirth. And in Egypt, they would put this symbol in the funeral homes of, or near a funeral pyre of the most powerful people so that they could be reborn with all of their power intact. And so that Washington Monument can almost be a symbol of rebirth, that we will continue to have our power. No matter how many times we are defeated in ways, the power will remain. It's so interesting to be thinking about this as I've been thinking about the Taurus North Node of rebirth, and thinking that our American founded symbols are these symbols, ancient Egyptian symbols of rebirth. Think of the pyramid on the dollar even. That is another symbol that we borrowed from Egypt, with the Eye of Horus right on our $1 bill. And that is also another powerful death rebirth symbol. Again, as the story goes, there was this mythical battle between Horus and Set. And Set tore out Horus's eye, but then Thoth was able to heal Horus's eye, and he placed a protection spell on it when he returned the healed eye to Horus. And so that eye on our dollar bill is a symbol of protection and healing. It's so mystical. And that Eye of Horus is used for healing and protection, and later Horus gives the eye to his father Osiris so that when he dies, he can be reborn with his full power intact. So all I can think about when I'm thinking about this Pluto return is that we have so many American symbols that are sort of unearthed that are signs of this rebirth, going so tied in with this Taurus North Node. I think America's financial system will be reborn with all of its power intact. I have really high hopes for that. And what will come of this transit, I really can't say for sure, and no one can, but we can only hope for a rebirth, and that it's only going to get better. And it won't happen in one day, as I said. And I just saw this meme recently that said, what a time to be alive. It's like watching the collapse of Rome, but with Wi-Fi and Netflix. And that's a little bit what this period we're going into with this Pluto return feels like. Is this the collapse of America's financial system, or will it be reborn? And we'll just be sitting there with our bowls of popcorn watching it on Netflix, I guess. I don't know. But we're all here to witness whatever is coming next. For some reason, we chose to be here right now, to be light bearers. And Leo energy, of course, is all about showing up and shining your light and letting it shine, shine, shine as bright as you can. So I would say just continue to show up and shine your light on this planet, no matter what transformations are coming. We got this. We can do hard things, and we'll get through it. There will be a light at the end of the tunnel, I promise. And Leo is, of course, ruled by that radiant sun. I've got the sun on my back right now, which is like an Irish Gaelic blessing. But anyways, Leo always shines its sun for everyone. And it doesn't matter how much money you have in the bank, the sun is going to shine for you, just like with everyone. And it doesn't matter what your political beliefs are. It doesn't matter if you're vaccinated or not vaccinated. I mean, no matter what, the sun shines its radiant heart chakra, love energy for all of us. And so I would say during this time, really tap into that Leo full moon, heart opening energy, and just try to have love and compassion for everyone. If you know any Leos, I have a Leo rising, and I think that's where I get all of my energy that I pour into my massage and Reiki, because Leos love to give their energy away freely. And so this is a time to have compassion for others and spread that love light and shine your light and give to others as best you can and support as many people as you can. We're all going through tough times. And so if we can all just show up and be there for each other and just spread the love light. And this just ties right into that Venus-Mars conjunction, the other powerhouse transit that is happening exactly on February 16th, this Leo full moon. Venus and Mars come together, and of course they've been getting closer and closer together, and they come together. Every year we have a Venus-Mars conjunction. This is nothing new. But this year, in 2022, we have an extended Venus-Mars. Usually Venus and Mars will get together once a year. It's like a clandestine relationship. They just come together once a year for maybe anywhere between 7 days to 10 days. But this year, they are getting together for 2 full months. They'll be together through April. And in mythology, Venus and Mars were 2 forbidden lovers. Like Romeo and Juliet, fate kept them apart, but they were extremely attracted to each other, and they wanted to be together. And on just this one occasion in the year, they would meet in some clandestine way. And so you may be tempted to get together with somebody and just have a fun fling during this time. That's what this conjunction can feel like, just going and being with somebody, and maybe you don't have any future with them, but you just want to get together, maybe spend a weekend, romantic weekend together. And fate may keep you from having a real long-lasting committed relationship with this person, but at least you can enjoy the ride for now. Or maybe that fling will last a full 2 months because they're getting together a little bit longer this year. And this is really going to be a triple conjunction between Venus, Mars, and Mercury, because Mercury is also so close. So we're going to really see a lot coming up for everyone in relationships. And it just depends where the Venus and Mars transits in your life, where it's going to show up and where you'll be having fun or, having relationship issues. But with that Mercury close at hand, you should be able to communicate really well in a relationship, to have your needs met, and to also just communicate with compassion. And this Venus-Mars conjunction is also going to trine Uranus, which will, of course, bring unexpected romance that could just show up suddenly on Valentine's Day, maybe. And that Uranus is a love that can expand your mind. And it can feel out of this world, and like you've met a twin flame. There will probably be a lot of people meeting their twin flame during this Venus-Mars conjunction trine Uranus. And it will really create a huge heart expansion and quantum leap manifestations and ambition. Mars is very ambitious, and Venus likes love, beauty, and manifesting things. So there's so much energy here. And sometimes with all this energy we're having with this full moon, this is a powerhouse full moon. I feel like I'm talking 10 miles an hour, but there's just so much to tell you about it. And with the full moon that's this powerful, we can have so much energy coming in. It can be like you yang out. And it's like when I teach a Reiki class and I do these Reiki attunements, and it increases the person's energetic vibration, which is a great thing overall. It's very healing, and it can create, make you a light bearer and a healer. But when you first get that attunement, if you've been at a low vibration, maybe you're depressed or feeling really tired, and then you get this blast of energy, like we're going to see on this Leo full moon, just a blast of intense, high vibrational energy. We'll all be downloading it. And it will bring you up on that, if you've ever looked at that Hertz energy frequency scale, maybe I'm going to put it in this video just to show you what I'm talking about. We've got sadness, despair, death, and depression way down, like at 0 Hertz. And then if you go all the way up to 1,000 Hertz, you've got love, just beautiful, radiant, unlimited love vibration. And altruism and everything. And as you go up the Hertz levels, if you are depressed and you get this download of all this energy or a Reiki attunement, you can go from depression going up the ladder towards love, but on the way you can find yourself at anger, because anger is a higher vibration than depression. But it's not quite as beautiful as love. So we're all going to try to go up the scale towards the love and be the light and be compassionate and loving. But you might find some crankiness or some anger. And so it'll be really interesting to see. And I think people are already feeling, as Mars and Venus get closer together, people are having some crankiness. I know I've been a little bit cranky in my relationship, and I just hear this from a lot of massage clients and astrology clients alike, that they're just a little cranky at their partner right now. And I think it's just because we're all rising up the energetic. We've been lower energy because of the last 2 years and everything going on, and now we're rising up that Hertz level, climbing the ladder, and a little bit of crankiness can come up, and just try to have compassion with your words. And this Mars-Venus conjunction with that Mercury communication really makes me think of the love mantra. I was just watching Thich Nhat Hanh, who sadly passed away recently, and he is still such a teacher, and there's so many of his beautiful teachings you can find online, on YouTube, on podcasts. I listened to him on Being. Wonderful. He left us so many powerful teachings. I highly recommend. I'll probably link to this one because I love. He says the best love mantra you can say to your partner is, "Darling, I'm here for you." And that just feels so good, right? To have your partner just say, "Darling, I'm here for you." And Ty, his students call him Ty, which means teacher. Ty says, when you love someone, this is the most precious gift. To just say this mantra, "Darling, I'm here for you." And you can offer your partner presents. When it comes with your full being in the now presence, and you just look your partner in the eye, and you offer your loved one your complete awareness. Put your phone down. Look at your partner and just say, "Darling, I'm here for you." Giving them your time and attention. This is more powerful at Valentine's Day than buying roses, or sometimes I remember one year I was at Valentine's Day at this grocery store, and I saw all these men in the aisle just reading all the Valentine's Day cards, and they looked so scared and it was so sad. So maybe just make your Valentine a homemade card that just says, "Darling, I'm here for you." And this is better than all the jewelry and all the chocolates and presents you could buy. And the second mantra that you can say back to your lover when they say, "I'm here for you," is you can say, "I am so happy now because I can feel that you are truly here for me now." And this is a beautiful exchange. I highly recommend trying this out in your relationship, especially if you have been arguing because of all the energy. And just recognizing the presence of your most beloved one and letting them be truly seen in that moment, because we all want to be seen and just to have a moment where our partner puts their phone down and just focuses looking into each other's eyes. It's just a lost art these days. So spend some time just looking in to your eyes of the most beloved person in your life and just letting each other know that you're here now and spending that time together. And he says when you embrace your loved one with mindfulness, they will bloom like a flower. Oh, when you embrace your loved one with mindfulness, your presence, your attention, complete in the now attention, they will bloom like a flower with your love. And that is just so romantic. So this Mars-Venus conjunction, if you have any disagreements, just come back to this, darling, I'm here for you. And to be loved means to be recognized for simply existing. Like you would recognize a beautiful flower blooming in the forest if you were on a hike out in nature. Recognize that loved one who just lives in your house and you see them every day, but just take a moment to appreciate them like a beautiful flower. And on February 17th, the day after this full moon, we will have Jupiter in Pisces, sextile Uranus in Taurus. And think Uranus, again, those unexpected, shocking, sudden events. And Jupiter is expansion. And so we might have a sudden, unexpected expansion. Hey, maybe this could be a big pay raise. Jupiter in Pisces. Jupiter is exalted in Pisces. And Jupiter used to rule Pisces in ancient astrology. So Jupiter in Pisces is always good for the money. And Uranus is like unexpected. A time of sudden opportunities that can just come out of the blue. You're not even trying, but suddenly you're offered an increase, a pay raise, a new job, a promotion, and an advancement or some kind of improvement in your life. This is one of those, write it down, February 17th in your calendar, lucky star, golden star day. And we'll have even more opportunities with this transit to bring greater wealth. I think this is one of those. I might buy a lottery ticket this day. With Uranus in my second house of wealth, this is a good time to start any positive changes in your life. So starting a new routine, a new workout routine, starting to eat healthier, a new diet, stopping alcohol, any kind of positive change will really be supported by this transit. And it's also a good time to just take a chance, even if it's like investing in Bitcoin, as long as it's not money you can't lose. Like never invest money you can't lose, but this would be a fun time to just try to invest in something a little more experimental, Uranus, a little more groundbreaking and new world. This might be a day I would put some money in Bitcoin. Who knows? I have never done it, but maybe this will be the day. And it will be unexpected, so it can go either way. So that's why I say not money you can't lose. But overall, this will be the most fortunate aspect, depending on where your Pisces and your Taurus are. For me, I have Pisces in my house of relationships and Taurus is in my career sector. And my husband and I are working together with the Bend Health Guide doing all these branding features. So I feel this Jupiter in Pisces and sextile Uranus in Taurus will be really beneficial as we start doing all these feature photo shoots. So overall, to wrap up this completely wild ride of a full moon, high intensity that we're all going to go through, remember the full moon is about completing a cycle, letting go, and I just got to say, the number one question I got when I was doing all these astrology chart readings all through January, everybody wanted to know, when will it all be over? You know what they're talking about, the whole last 2 years of crazy. When will it be over? And I have been asked this since the beginning of March 2020. People are constantly asking me astrologically, when will it be over? And when it first happened in March, when COVID first started, and somebody asked me that, I said, I really feel like 2023 it will be over. And they did not want to hear that, in March of 2020. They wanted me to say it'll be over in 2 weeks, as if a pandemic could just end in 2 weeks. I really felt 2023 was just my gut instinct. I wasn't looking at the transits really far out. I was just using my instincts to say, yeah, I think 2023. And now look, we're already to 2022. That's not been too bad. We've survived. And I don't think it's something that we are going to be over, though. This isn't a get over. It's more of a get through. Like that tunnel I was talking about with the tunnel, and you're traveling through and you're hoping for the light at the end of the tunnel. We can't just jump over this. We've got to go through. But right now, of course, we're in that whole Taurus, Scorpio, Taurus rebirth, Scorpio death. We're in that death, rebirth, transformation, which is optimistic, I think. But 2023, we will go into an Aries North Node. And Aries, of course, in the zodiac is all about new cycle, new world, new beginning. It is the beginning of a whole 12-year zodiac cycle. So I'm still sticking to my guns that 2023 is when we will really see the true renaissance, new world, new everything. Not that we're going to be over anything, but we will definitely be better than we are now. So hang in there. It will get better. Just like when you have an astrology chart, like I was talking about earlier, with a negative transit, we always get through. We're not going to get over. We're going to get through. And it's going to be a wild ride transformation. And boy, we're really seeing a lot of it with this Leo full moon. And we have some more incredible aspects. This whole year is full of incredible aspects. Make sure you like and subscribe and hit the bell notifications. You won't want to miss all the things that are coming in 2022, and really knowing how to align with the energy of 2022 to make the best choices and when to manifest. And our next incredible aspect is that we will have that Shiva moon on February 28th. And this is a waning moon, but it has huge spiritual significance because it is the moon you see Shiva wearing. And he wears it in his crown. And I'm going to talk more about Shiva's moon in my next astrological report for the Pisces new moon. And you'll want to go out in the early morning hours of February 28th and look for the Shiva moon and do some chanting and praise and meditations for Shiva, because Shiva can remove all those Saturn obstacles. And I was born on a Saturday. I have a lot of Saturn stuff myself, really strong Saturn aspects. So I love to pray to Shiva. Please take away all the Saturn stuff. And he'll take away the Saturn hurdles and burdens and make your life so much easier. So that's a really good one to celebrate. And I will also be covering that mystical, magical new moon in Pisces, my favorite new moon of the year, because of course I'm a Pisces moon myself. And on March 5th, we will have one of the most exciting, lucky days. Mark it in your calendar. March 5th, we will have a Jupiter-Sun chasm. And this is when Jupiter and the Sun conjunct in such a way. Sometimes when the Sun conjuncts with the planet, the Sun can make that planet weaker. But other times, if it's just the right degrees, I'm going to talk more about this. I might just do a whole separate Sun-Jupiter chasm because it is so exciting. When the Sun and Jupiter meet at just the right degree, it just is an incredible expansion of light. And it's as if Jupiter, the king, is being illuminated by the Sun so that we can all ask the king for whatever we desire, and our desires will be fulfilled on this March 5th day. And I will show you in a separate video. Look for my Jupiter chasm video, how to align with this beautiful energy. We only get these every couple years. So how to align with this energy so that you can manifest everything you desire. It is such a beautiful transit. And we really are getting a little more of these exciting lucky star days. I'm excited to look at my Law of Attraction journal and say, ooh, we got, this is a good day, and that's a sextile, and that's a trine, and more sextiles, more trines, more chasmes, more lucky stars, and less squares, please. We had all those squares in 2021, but this year we have quite a few lucky. The stars are giving us kisses in 2022, and I could not be more happy. And in the 9-star key, we have left that fast-growing tree star, and we're now entering the 2 Earth Mother energy, which is a little bit of a slower energy than the last couple weeks. And this is a time to mother yourself. Be your own good, nurturing mother. And this means to nourish yourself, eating really good home-cooked meals and putting your feet in the ground and doing some earthing and getting out into nature, doing some forest bathing, really connecting with nature, going more inward, doing meditation, and even taking a nap. This is a time when you're going to want to rest up and get the self-care you deserve. Get that massage, get your hair done, go to the dentist, get your yearly checkup now. And there is a lot of really high vibrational energy coming in 2022. And we don't want to forget to get that rest, to get the good, nourishing sleep that you need, going to bed early and really sleeping in. And because 2022 is going to be an intense year, like I said, lots of crazy transits coming, and the journey is long and hard. And this is sort of like that time, this respite, when we should be taking our rest to prepare for what's coming. And we are all home now in our own elements, in our own 9-star key, which is just such a really good time to begin again. But it's not like you have to do it all at once. There can be a stillness in the beginning and a waiting for what will happen next. And the best thing you can do right now is to just take care of yourself and be your own best mother. And I want to read the I Ching for this full moon in Leo. It is number 44, coming to meet. And the powerful feminine energy of rebirth is at play because there is a single yin line with this I Ching emerging at the bottom of many yang lines. And it's like hope is like a flower forced to grow underground without sunlight. And that is sort of where we are in the season of the year here in the Pacific Northwest, where the flowers are beginning to stir and grow, and yet they haven't risen above the soil line. They are not immersed in the light. They just have to have faith and hope that if they push forward, there will be sun, there will be better days. And perhaps you have planted seeds in the darkness of that new moon Aquarius, and nothing is happening yet. And this I Ching can symbolize the shadow time, as Carl Jung speaks of. And hate is the shadow of love. And love is the shadow of hate. And that powerful yang energy is the shadow of the yielding, receptive yin energy. And there may be an attraction to someone that is strong. You may feel a pull, but the relationship may not be destined to last. And there is a coming together of potentially dangerous elements that something may have attracted your attention and is pulling on you like a magnet, but it doesn't always mean it's for your highest healing good. And a bold but immature young woman can use her charms to gain influence over someone in a position of power. And when power shifts into the hands of those who are not prepared for it, misfortune can come to all parties. So be wary of temptations that arise with this full moon because of the power of your position, or conversely, your connection to someone in power. This is a liaison that may not be suited to last, but it can still be fun for 2 months, perhaps, with that Mars-Venus conjunction. And that is everything for this Leo full moon report. And I'm going to do a pendulum energy clearing for all of you. Please like and subscribe and hit the bell notification to stay in the loop for all that is coming in 2022. Thank you and have a beautiful day.